Hey there everybody, welcome back. Let's talk Manchester United. Manchester United beat Manchester City 2-1 and I cannot be happier. This is a result I did not see coming. Honestly, I thought 1%, we had a 1% chance of winning today. And I am so speechless. Like a lot of you. And before we get into that, if you are watching this, please like and subscribe. If you're watching, please do check out the shorts. You won't be disappointed. Now getting back to the game, I am so speechless. Like a lot of you, I fell off my chair. I could not believe what was happening. Going into this game, I did not think we had a chance of winning. Like I said, I thought we had a 1% chance of winning. But that 1% chance was just fantasy because Man City have been bad. Yeah, they were bad and they were really, really bad today as well. But the problem is we've been bad as well. The only glimmer of hope that I had was the second half of the Europa League game against Victoria Pleasant, where Rasmus and came on and a bunch of the other substitutes had an impact and we played well. And guess what? That happened today. We kind of did pretty well in the beginning of the game. Mason Mount did come off injured, and I don't know what to say about Mason Mount. Like a lot of you, we have no problem with Mason Mount. It just the signing right now, the more we look at it, the amount of money we spend, the amount we spend in wages just doesn't make any sense. There's a player there, but he's injured. Like, what was our medical department doing when we were signing him? What sort of medical did they do? I just hope he gets back, but I think he's going to be another player like Luke Shaw. And he still has a long way to go on his contract, so I don't know what's going to happen there. But apart from that, the remaining game was amazing. Also, when I say apart from that, like from a United standpoint, in terms of the refereeing, it was an absolute joke. What kind of decisions were those? And that first of all, who is it? Kyle Walker, biggest performance. Literally, the Oscar should go to him. I've never seen someone do something like that. You're supposed to be a professional. You're supposed to be a player at the highest level. Kids are supposed to look up to you, and that's the shit you do against Rasmus. Like, who's 10 years younger than you? Like, horrible, absolutely horrible. And apart from that, his performance was pretty garbage throughout the game, like most of City, which doesn't really happen. One thing what I found really weird against City today is something I haven't experienced since, I guess, when Sir Alex was managing. We were playing at the Etihad, and I felt no threat. I did not feel City had any threat on us, and that's pretty much how it was. The one goal that they got was one of the most luckiest pieces of thing that could ever happen. It just De Bruyne shot deflects off Amad and just lands on Guardiola's head right there. Literally, he's just standing. And it felt so wrong because decisions weren't going for us. And then after that, in the second half, Rasmus goes on goal. He chests the ball. Guardiola takes him out completely. No penalty. Doesn't even go to VAR. They're like, no, it's not a penalty. Like, what's the point of having VAR if you can't even do your job? And the thing is, the reason why I want to focus on this is we haven't lost. We won this game, but this is horrendous. Why should this happen? What if he wouldn't have won? What if Ahmed wouldn't have scored? What if we wouldn't have gotten the penalty? What if it was still 1-0? We would have lost because of the stupid refereeing decisions. Anyways, let's get back to the positives now. In terms of the positives, I did not expect United to have as much possession as they did. The game ended with 52% possession to Manchester City and 48% to us. And in terms of shots, both had 10 shots, 3 on target each, which is something that has not happened. In the past with Oli, even with Jose, we've gone at the Etihad and we won. But we won playing more of a counter-attack sort of football. This time we played more like we did against them in the FA Cup final. We had more of the ball. We couldn't make too many chances for our striker. That's something we still need to work on. But City couldn't either. Our defense was amazing. The best players for me, until Amad did what he did in the last 5 minutes of the game, were Maguire. Maguire had an amazing game. Ligt and Ugarte. Ugarte had a really, really, really good game. So if anyone says that our signings this summer were horrible, like they don't know football, they don't know what signings are. They're just, I don't even know what they're doing. They're probably playing FIFA or they're asking ChatGPT. Even ChatGPT will get them a better answer than the shit they say. Because we had a good transfer window. Maybe Xerxes still hasn't come up yet, and Lenny Yoro, nobody can say is a bad signing. He's just a kid, but he's supposed to be an amazing talent that Real Madrid were looking at. But forget that. going back to the game, today's game made me nervous. It was quite intense. We had more of the ball. We made more of the dangerous chances, but we were just so unlucky. And then finally, and oh yeah, even before I get to Amad's penalty, uh, Bruno was open on goal and he completely missed. Completely missed. I don't know what happened. So Bruno had an amazing first half and then he had a horrible second half, but then he did take a really good penalty, so that kind of redeems himself. And but yeah, Amad went for that ball. He kept on fighting. He didn't have a good first half, but he didn't give up, and that's what I liked about him, and that's why I like Manchester United, and that's what it is to be a Manchester United player, is to never give up. Just because you had a bad first half, that doesn't mean you need to just sulk like most of our players do. No, he didn't give up, and he did a lot better in the second half. He went for the ball a lot more. He pressed a lot more, and then he went and got us a penalty, and then the penalty was one thing, and Bruno took it really well, and then he went and he scored an absolute amazing goal. And can you believe it? It's not even been 1 year, and he's done it twice to two of our rivals and the dying embers of a game. Absolutely amazing player. I love Amad ever since he came in. I'll never forget his first goal. It was the Europa League goal he scored at the back of his head. It was the assist from Bruno. I'll never forget that. He's an amazing player, and I really think that he can develop and be one of the best players in the world if this continues. And Amorim, and I've been waiting to get to Amorim. Amorim is a good coach. He's good with his tactics, he's good with his player selection, and he's good with putting his foot down. Today, Rashford and Garnacho weren't in the team. And afterwards, he said it wasn't any disciplinary issue. He said they're not meeting the standard. And the standard doesn't necessarily mean just talent. Standard means just doing a certain set of things that this club and this team have agreed to do, whether it's dressing a certain way, eating a certain way, presenting yourself a certain way, and putting a work ethic a certain way. Talent won't take you anywhere, and a name won't take you anywhere. And I like that because he dropped them and we actually won. And we won because we played well. We played like a team and we worked hard, which is something we haven't seen all season. So that's one thing I'm starting to see. And he was good with his tactics and he was good with his player selection. And even with the substitutions, I didn't think they would work, but it did kind of help and did make a difference. Because one thing what I see what he's doing right now is he's creating a team, something that we've lacked. We have had a bunch of players play together and just put in a shift in and out, but whatever. But he's trying to make a family, something we've had before, something he had with the Sporting Lisbon team. And he's made it clear, if you're not interested in it, you can get lost. I don't care how good you are. You're not part of this because no matter how good you are, you're not going to make this team any better. And that's what I seen today, and that's what showed on the pitch as well. Kobe Mainoo came on, and he is young, and he hasn't had the best season so far, but he did a pretty good job today. For someone so young to come in under the pressures of playing at the Etihad in the derby and to do that well, I do want to give a special shout out to him. But overall, everybody had a pretty decent game, above average, mostly 7 out of 10 performances, I would say, which is something which is very rare. I hope we can keep this up. We have done this in the past where we've won a big game and then gone and lost the very next game, and our next game is a big game, which is against Spurs in the League Cup. Spurs won 5-0 today as well, so they're going to be confident as well. But it is Spurs. It is an away game, and anything can happen. One thing I know about the Manchester United team, just like the Spurs team, is they're both very inconsistent. So let's see who shows up in the League Cup game. But I hope it's Man United, and I hope we win, and I hope we can keep this momentum and build this momentum and become better and better, and hopefully comfortably finish 5th. And maybe that's good enough to get into the Champions League. Anyways, everybody enjoy, celebrate, be happy. Days like this do not come often if you're a Manchester United fan now. So just soak it in. Thank you everybody for watching. Take care.